We're so proud to be here at the Stanford Alumni Center. I'm here with two giants on this campus. I mean, just think 1891, Stanford was founded, 15 faculty, 500 students, and think of the history from then to now, where this institution has come from, and we're really proud to be here and be part of it. And I'm here with two hotshots. Neither of them are gray-haired on the way down in their careers. They're on the way up. They're people you're going to want to get their autograph or get a lock of hair and clone them when that's legal. These are my two partners in pulling this event off, and I'm going to have them say something in a moment. But I want to point out a few things that kind of explain the DNA of this summit, this gathering, and help you understand your role. It's just 10 slides. The first is, this July, who realizes the United States is turning 250? Okay? I also had an epiphany that I realized Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan happens 250 years from now, according to science fiction. And so while everyone's thinking about celebrating the past, how many of us are thinking even 5 years in the future? And we know the world is changing. The Industrial Revolution changed society, and Stanford actually was sort of a reaction to that, and it's played a major role. Imagination Action wants to help be a player to help inform. People here meeting can be the leaders, innovators for what is coming. The derivation of the name Imagination Action, it's because of this dome. It takes 19 days to build. It's 56,000 square feet. It's like 10 of these rooms. And every year for 10 years, I've been programming in it. Anurang has joined me there. Randall Lane has joined me there. Right across the way, you see through that clear, that's the World Economic Forum. And in Davos, every year during the World Economic Forum, this is kind of like the Saturday Night Live of WEF. I program in here. It's not pay for play. And I wanted it to be about exponential technologies. What's the human dimension? And we came up with the name Imagination Action. And Sandy Pentland, who's in here, he and I co-curated that for years. And we have these touch screens. And we were doing that at Davos, but we said, why should Europe have all the fun? So on the East Coast, we started doing Imagination Action around AI at MIT. And there's Sam Altman, Vinod, you have Wolfram. It was great. So we've been doing that for years on the East Coast, but we said, why not do it here and create a network throughout the year where we can create network effects? So today today and yesterday, there are 250 speakers, and some of them are these Stanford faculty. We're so proud to be connected with the Stanford faculty. Some of them are enterprise leaders. Deloitte brought a lot of their top clients, and we also have even more startups. And yesterday, 45 startups pitched 3 minutes each, and one of them won the 50K cash, but we like 2 of them so much that we're actually going to get another sponsor and give 50K to 2 of the startups. But we think there's a nice convection current of people here. We also have all these investors, and we have journalists, and we have volunteers. This is a nonprofit. No one is paid, so if it's chaos, blame me. So I also want to point out, you're going to burn calories. Who likes burning calories? Okay, this is not the only building the program is in. We are in the Stanford Alumni Center right up there, but we're also in Sieper, which is like 5 minutes that way. Just go out this door and walk by the flying car. Who likes flying cars? Okay, I don't know if it's parked there yet, but it will be. And there are tons of tables between here and there. You should not be in this room the whole day. You should be in the 2 other rooms. That's another room in Sieper down there. Arnold Schwarzenegger spoke in there. They have the big philanthropy meetings there. This is a fancy space. We also have an intimate space here. So we have 3 different venues. Please, 25% of the day, be at one of those spaces. And when you're not there, be outside. We counted there are 100 tables all over for you to bump and connect. I think the next Google are going to be 2 of you meeting today, and then you could talk to Google if you want to collaborate or buy them. Don't tell them I said that. So today is part MacArthur. The speakers we curated are amazing. Part Oscars. I organized TEDx LA in that space. That's where the Oscars are. Part Allen and Company, but it's not all dudes, and it's not in entertainment. It's AI. And part YC. I'm really, 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 really proud of our coalition here. We got Sign, we got High, we got Stanford Medical. And because I wasn't sure it would be safe to have all three heads of those groups in this room, we told James to go to Switzerland. So we have a 3-minute video that he's going to play. But I would like to introduce Gordon. Gordon is one of those like wonder kids. Like he was a prodigy growing up, so creative. He and I worked together for years at MIT, and then Stanford stole him. And he has a big lab here with like 25 postdocs and grad students and a bunch of corporates. And in terms of the future, robots, wearables, all sorts of things, this is your guy. And then I'm going to introduce him. But Gordon, thank you for being the alpha here. If Gordon hadn't said, I'll do this, this event wouldn't have happened. Who likes Gordon? Okay. Who thinks Gordon is awesome? All right. I will take a bullet for this guy. All right. Please make sure no one, let me know if anything happens to him. All right. Will you say something profound?
All right. Thank you. How can I follow up on this? Good morning, everybody. I'm Gordon Wetzstein, professor of electrical engineering here at Stanford University. And I work at the intersection of AI, cameras, and displays. And I also have the privilege of directing the Stanford Center of Image Systems Engineering, or SCIEN, which is your co-host for today. Obviously, John and...
You got the biggest logo. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. So when SCIEN was founded by Brian Wendell and Joe Goodman about 2 decades ago, it brought together academia and industry around the emerging revolution in imaging and computer vision. Many of the technologies that now define our digital world, like smartphone cameras, streaming video, and medical imaging, were shaped by those early collaborations. At the cusp of a new revolution, physical AI. If the last wave of AI was about intelligence in the digital domain, so text, images, and language, the next wave is about embedding intelligence into the physical world. This means AI not just analyzing pixels, shaping photons, electrons, and atoms that define our experience. From new kinds of sensors and displays to autonomous systems to bio-inspired computing, physical AI will transform how we see, interact, and live. This summit is about seizing that moment.
Corporate espionage.
Okay. All of you researchers, engineers, and innovators in this have the opportunity to define the foundations of physical AI. At Stanford, through SCIEN, we're excited to help lead this charge, fostering collaboration, building community, and charting the future. I invite you to dive into the discussions, challenge ideas, and make new connections. And most importantly, let's imagine together what the physical AI revolution will look like. Before we get started, I wanted to thank a few people who have been instrumental in making this event happen. First of all, John Werner and his team at Imagination in Action. Give them a hand, please. The countless volunteers at Stanford, including folks from SCIEN, HAI, Stanford Healthcare, the School of Engineering, the alumni staff, and the Department of Electrical Engineering. There are just too many people to name on this list, so thank you all. But I would like to give a special thanks to Joyce Farrell and Helen Lin, whose dedicated and hard work were truly instrumental in making this event possible. Thank you. And then finally, I'd like to thank the event sponsors, including Deloitte, Mayfield Funds, and Forbes. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. All right. So Gordon's awesome. Be familiar with his research. He's hosting 2 panels. You're not going to want to miss those. You're going to have tons of FOMO. You're going to want to say you were in the room when it happened. But we are recording if you're not, and you could send it to all your friends. I want to introduce our other co-host. Say something profound. Oh, and he's earning a Chia Pet today. Who's impressed that he's earning a Chia Pet? If a speaker speaks at 3 of our events, they get a Chia Pet. So after you came to Davos and you came to MIT, and now you're hosting it, and so you earn a Chia Pet. And you're a big deal at Stanford. Explain who you are.
Okay, thank you, John, and good morning, everyone. So I'm Anurang Ravri. I work at Stanford Healthcare. I'm Chief Enterprise Architect. I'm responsible for architecture, integration, and AI. And our focus is essentially how to take AI from research or innovation all the way to bedside, actually. So that's sort of what I'm focused on. So, this is, like John said, this is my 3rd of these events, and it makes perfect sense for Stanford and MIT to be working together on this because they've both pioneered, all the way from the 50s. We pioneered AI together. The approach has been for all of both the organization has been interdisciplinary, where we have computer science, engineering, ethics, and law, and of course in our case Stanford medicine come together, and that's kind of how the best solutions have been kind of delivered for AI. Also, being here in Silicon Valley, industry collaboration, both MIT and Stanford are sort of known for and taking things to actual practice, right? There's a great lineup, the people like CIOs, innovators, founders today, like John mentioned. I'd just like to make a pitch for what we're going to be talking about me and my team, without which I wouldn't be here on the stage today. We'll be talking about how we've taken since in the last couple of years, because there's so much tech coming out, it's really hard to keep up with actually. And so we've kind of, we'll share our journey as to how to get that last mile from all the tech and innovation that's happening, keeping up with that circle, and then sort of how you take that and put it in practice on bedside with our providers. It so happens we built this Gen AI product called Chatter, and it's going live today. We finished our pilot, and it's going live today. So
going live on this stage
today.
Yeah. So this is going to be a demo. These guys are part of the big Microsoft events where they roll out stuff. This is coming here first before it goes to other places. So you're not going to want to miss this. And thank you for using this platform to do that. And we love this coalition. Can we cue the video? I also want to say that Mayfield, Deloitte, and Forbes are our partners. They had no influence on the programming, but they believe in us, and we love them. And then, again, any speaker that speaks at 3 events gets a Chia Pet, so you will be bestowed that. Can we play James, who's in Switzerland? Yep.
Welcome to the Imagination in Action Summit.
Okay, we'll do this first.
I'm James Landay, co-director and co-founder of Stanford's Institute for Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence, aka HAI. I'm sorry I cannot be there today as I'm hiking another summit on Les Tours de Mont Blanc. On behalf of everyone at HAI, I want to express how thrilled we are to support this important event. The Imagination in Action Summit brings together the thinkers, creators, and others to explore the intersection of technology, human creativity, and human potential. This aligns perfectly with HAI's mission to advance AI research, education, policy, and practice to improve the human condition. At HAI, we envision a future where AI technologies enhance and augment human capabilities rather than replace them. We believe AI should be developed and deployed in ways that are ethical, inclusive, and beneficial to society as a whole. This is a historic time we're all living in, and as leaders in the field, we have the opportunity to help bring together and complete 2 important unfinished legacies that started here at Stanford over 60 years ago. John McCarthy's quest for intelligent systems and AI, which he started here with the Stanford AI Lab, which is now part of HAI in the Computer Science Department, and Douglas Engelbart's quest for intelligence augmentation, which he initially carried out at the Stanford Research Institute, now SRI. Engelbart's mother of all demos and the NLS system he showed resulted in the mouse, Windows, and many of the interface and systems innovations that you use on your computers and phones today. But like McCarthy's AI, intelligence augmentation was never fully realized. Now that AI is starting to work, intelligence augmentation is the right North Star to think about as we make AI work for people. That's why events like this summit are so crucial. By fostering interdisciplinary dialogue and collaboration, we can ensure that the future of AI is shaped by diverse perspectives and guided by human values. As you participate in the summit sessions and discussions, I encourage you to think boldly about how we can harness the power of AI to address global challenges, unleash human creativity, and create a better world for all. Remember, the goal isn't just to imagine the future, it's to actively shape it. Each of you has a role to play in steering the development of AI in positive directions. Thank you for being part of this important conversation. I hope you find the summit inspiring and thought-provoking. Enjoy your time here at Stanford, and I look forward to the innovative ideas and collaborations that will emerge from this gathering.